Hey everyone, in this video I will be showing you how to use Google's Gemini AI API with Python as well as creating a REST endpoint using Flask. So basically I will be sending the prompt from Postman's request and getting the response from Gemini AI API. So I'll be doing that in this video, and the prerequisite is going to be you must have Python installed on your system. If you don't have it, you can just click on the card that is appearing on top. So now let's get started. So first thing, just search for Google AI Studio. You'll be getting the aistudio.google.com. Select this, and here make sure that you are signing in with your Google account. And here just go to chat and select the model that you want to use. We have 2.5, 2.0. Just choose the model that you want to use. And here you'll be having get template API code. So if you select this, we'll be having the template code for different languages. Just choose Python, and as you can see, we're having the default code over here, and the model is also added. So we can just copy this and make use of this. So just click on copy, and now go to Visual Studio Code, and I've just opened a folder. You can just choose the code editor of your choice and create a Python file and just paste this code. We must install this Google Generative AI library. So this is going to be the command pip install Google -generative AI, and this is the official one. So you can just copy this and go to terminal and make sure that you're running this command. Next thing, we need to add our Gemini AI API key. As you can see here, you can add this as an environment variable, but I'm just going to directly add it over here. So to get the Gemini AI API key, here to the top you're having get API key. Select this and click on create API key, and just select a project and create API key in the existing project. If you don't have a project, I guess you'll be getting an option to create a project. Copy this, close it. If you want to delete it, you can just delete it. So now let's go to the code, and I'll be just removing this entire thing, and within double quotes just paste your API key, and that's it. We are pretty much done. These are the configuration, the max output tokens, the response type, the creativity level, and here we are specifying the model name. You can choose whatever the model that you want. Like from this you can choose whatever the model that you want for testing. And next we are passing the generation parameters, and this is a chat history, and this is the input prompt that we need to send, and it's automatically controlling the response.txt. So everything is taken care. We just need to pass the input prompt. So let me just go with the give me a 3-line poem on AI. That's it. So now let's run this. It's going to be Python space your file name .py and hit enter, and I'm getting the error protocol message generation config as no type response MIME type. So for this we need to go to here generation config. We can just remove this. Alright, I'm saving it now, and let me rerun it. I've got the 3-line poem. So that's fantastic. Now the first part is over, and now we will be creating a REST endpoint for this. So now we are directly hard coding the prompt over here, but we need to make it more generic. In case if you are building a full application, we need to pass that particular prompt from Postman, and we will be sending to the model, and we'll be getting the response back from the model. So we'll be creating a REST endpoint using Flask over here. So for this, just go and do pip install Flask. Alright, so now let's import from the Flask package. So it's going to be from Flask import Flask with a capital F, and we'll be also importing request as well as JSONify. And next we need to create the Flask variable, which is going to be app equal to Flask, then circular bracket, it's going to be __ name __. And next let's begin creating our post endpoint. And what we can do is we can just keep this Gen AI configure outside that endpoint. This also generation config will be outside, and this model also will be outside. So only thing that will be inside is this particular chat session as well as the response. So just come here. It's going to be at app dot route, and within circular bracket you need to specify /chat and comma. It's going to be methods equal to square bracket, and inside that we need to paste the type of operation that we are going to perform. So it's going to be of type post, and just come to the next line, and you need to have a function name for it. It's going to be define chat. Let this be my function name. And now we need to make some changes with the indentation. So just go here, one tab space. Yeah, now we don't have any errors. We can just have it like this. We need to get the prompt, okay, from Postman's request body. So we'll be sending the prompt something like this. So we need to get this prompt key and access its value. So for that, just come inside the function. It's going to be data equal to request, which is the one that we have imported from Flask, dot get underscore JSON. Alright, so this will get the entire JSON, alright, this entire thing. And after getting the entire thing, we need to like get the prompt value alone. So it's going to be prompt equal to data dot get, within double quotes it's going to be prompt. So this key that you're passing should be the same as this key that you're sending over here. So this will have our prompt. And next thing is you can just have a check condition. If prompt is empty, you can just throw an error, the prompt is required, you can't leave it empty. And next thing is you need to pass this prompt here. Like since we have hard coded here, we need to pass it over here. So just copy this prompt and come down, and like the response is like outside the function. Make sure that you are also indenting it, a tab space. Now it's perfectly aligned inside, and you can just remove this print response.text and come here. It's going to be just the prompt. So just going to put prompt over here. Next thing is we'll be having the response, right? We'll be sending the response back to the Postman. So for that, we will be using the JSONify. It's going to be return. We'll be using the JSONify from Flask. Put it over here, circular bracket and curly bracket. And inside that, we will just have a key as response. Outside that, it's going to be colon. And now we need to pass our response.text, basically the response that we get from our Gemini's model. So it's going to be here response.text. The exact same thing that we are printing. Rather than printing it as a log, we are just sending it in JSONify. That's the only difference over there. And that's it. We are done with our post route. Now just come outside of the function. We have to have our main function. It's going to be if underscore name equals, within single quote it's going to be underscore main underscore. So it's going to be app.run. So we will be just starting our server app.run, which is this particular Flask variable. That's it. We are good. We can just save this and again rerun. And this is the default port. It starts at 5000. So you can just copy this and go to Postman, create a new one. It's going to be of type post, paste the URL and go to body, go to raw, and here change this to JSON, curly bracket, and inside this just pass prompt, and I will just go with the double quotes. It's going to be essay on AI. That's it. And make sure that you're having double quotes over here also. Next thing, we need to specify the path, and here we are having as /chat. So copy this, put it over here, and now let me just send this. So as you can see, we have got the response. Do check the playlist of my channel. Learn a lot of videos in AI tools, OpenAI, Gemini AI API. Check the playlist, subscribe me. Thanks for watching.